tonight for dinner was homemade subs. And that means these are homemade Italian cheese copycat sub buns. I want to make sub sandwiches for dinner, so we're going to make some Italian cheese sub buns today. So I've got 3/4 of a cup of warm milk and I'm adding it to my electric mixing bowl. I took it straight out of the fridge and into the microwave for 1 minute. To my milk, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of sugar and I'm gonna add 3/4 of a tablespoon of yeast. And I'm just using the traditional Active Dry, but you can absolutely use the instant yeast here as well. I'm giving this a really good whisk, then gonna let it sit on the counter for 5 minutes. All right, the yeast is all frothy. I'm gonna go ahead and add 1/2 cup of warm water. Pretty sure cold water would work here too, but I just used warm. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 egg, about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna start incorporating some flour now. So I used 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour, threw it into my electric mixer and let it knead for about 5 minutes and my dough is absolutely perfect. Perfect 3.5 cups for me. And this is how my dough looks. It is super soft, extremely soft. It's stretchy, but it doesn't stick to my hands. I'm gonna go ahead and grease my bowl. Gonna place the dough in. We're gonna cover it and let this sit 1 hour. So this is how the dough looks right now. All right, so it actually sat for about 1.5 hours. I had to leave and go get Harper. So this is how the dough looks now, and it is absolutely perfect. We're just gonna cut it up. All right, last time I made this, I cut this into 5 and I got really large sub buns and they were absolutely amazing. But Haley has a couple of friends over tonight, so I'm gonna cut them into maybe 6. I need to be able to feed everybody, so I'm thinking 6 this time. All right, I cut 6 and they weighed 160 grams each. I did weigh them and these are still gonna be really large. All right, so just working with each one here, just kind of like, doesn't really matter how you roll them out. I like to stretch it into a ball and then roll it out, but it really doesn't matter at all. Roll them into whatever size or shape that you want. Like you could do hamburger buns with this as well. You can make smaller buns and just use it for like hot dogs. But we're definitely going a little bit bigger here, about 6 inches. So just roughly like that. And I'm gonna continue with the rest. I also have a cookie sheet lined with some parchment paper. I'm gonna add them to as well. All 6 of the buns are rolled out. I'm gonna cover them and let them do a second rest. My oven is preheating to 375 degrees. And I just have some grated Parmesan cheese here and I'm gonna add some Italian seasoning. I don't measure this part at all. And I'm just going to press the 2 of them together so that the Italian seasoning doesn't like sink to the bottom. I really want to incorporate that cheese into the seasoning. All right, it has been 30 minutes on that second rest. And I have an egg wash here, simply just an egg, no water. I'm just gonna brush them all. All right, one of these is gonna be for Miss Harper and she doesn't like the Italian cheese bread. At Subway, she just likes the plain white bread. So I'm gonna leave one of them plain for her. And I'm going to add the Italian cheese to the other. These are going into the oven at 375 degrees. I'll let you know the cook time at the end. All right, they baked for 15 minutes at 375 degrees and they are still extremely hot, but we need to check one out. They are extremely soft. This one is Harper's. I did brush it with a little bit of butter, but like, they are so soft. These are the fluffiest, softest buns that truly replicate Subway. They are still extremely hot, but we're gonna cut one open. So we're gonna see that steam escape. I can tell they're gonna be perfect. You guys ready? Like the softest buns.